Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weekly matches. PUBG Mobile Africa bringing you the action live. It is Priest on the mic, and it is time for you to get ready. We've got three amazing matches ready for you. It's going to be Erangel, then Miramar, and then we close out in Rondo. So it's action time, full pack action. 25 teams in the cut, and we've got 98 players in the lobby. All of them looking for a way to get this done. All of them looking for a way for who's going to claim that number one spot and get themselves that reward. So it's all time. It is all time. It is all the party. So eyes on the prize nonetheless. And let us see who is going to take it upon themselves to turn this around. It is a beautiful, beautiful night. Very beautiful, as we all well know. But now we are going to dive deep into a very strenuous game here to see who's going to come out on top. Who's going to make it out? Whose game is this? Who takes this game? Who takes it upon themselves here? It looks like Hockey and Team 1 are going to be in the apartments just outside of school, taking notes. Let's see if they do advance and get a little better. I'm going to be setting up the docs. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Like, share, subscribe, chat. Tell us who you're rooting for in the chat. Who are you rooting for? Let us know in the chat. Well, looks like Gibbs is already taking hits. There are a lot of bodies in here. Toxic making a play for it. There's still people in their parachutes though. That's actually a very interesting dynamic to see teams still in the parachute. Spark getting called by Fnatic from SG. Chat. So let me get your predictions. Who are you rooting for in the chat? Who do you think is going to take the first game? Sue with a sideline of his own as well. Over to the other side there. Immortal with thoughts of his own as well. Soma goes down. NX in trouble. Fishery also going down. Ooh, Colin also going down. I mean, there's a whole lot happening on this western side. Looks like this is where the action is brewing. Frisboy sideline is good. Allen has secured 3 eliminations off rip. He's absolutely cooking. I believe he caught them in the air or something, because he doesn't have that many utilities. So I'm pretty sure he just pulled up on these guys. Fnatic also goes down to Cairo, and now this is the opening that we are seeing. Ooh, Spark goes down again. A whole lot of action happening in this just central Razak position. Nikki's been knocked away. Fnatic's been flushed. Lambs and Raza gonna be the last two left. Can they capitalize? Can they do something around? Can they pack things up? Well, this is where it gets interesting. Ash also going down. There's a Shady. AUG already in full effect. And this is happening in Primorsk in the south side. Floki also getting called out. FaZe will trade off again. Shady's trying to get his teammate back up, and he will not waste time. He will lift him off his shoulders, or rather on his shoulders, and make sure that the job is done. Zix is also going to make sure that the distance is going to be closed in. Triller, good sideline position as well for them. Mafia, no chance for him. He goes down, and I believe we have our first team that has been sent back into the lobby. Yes, Naya and the rest of the eastern side of the zone. Not inside, or rather eastern side of the map, and not inside of the zone. So they have to make their way through as the play zone is already on its way, closing down slowly but surely. Bodies already flying all over the place there. Joffy's going to be the next victim. I think it's FaZe that catches him off guard there. And I believe the knock's already flying through. It's a lot there. It's a whole lot in this areas. As you can see, there's a whole lot of chaos going and brewing there. Shots flying all over the place there. Zix is now going to press forward. Oh, tries to get an angle there, but Mafia, no chance for him, as Carissa and Azrael are absolutely cooking right now. They've got the numbers. MTF in full swing, trying to close the gap here onto that position. Zix is in no man's land. Shady and Floki trying to run to the rescue, but no chance. Gets caught out in transition there, and the angles are good, but no chance. Zix goes down. They will lose another. Team 16, they're back into the lobby, and they're gonna have to try again. Can they capitalize on MTF? They do not have the numbers advantage. Ooh, Carissa is out there in the open. Shady has to be very careful. Carissa has him in the sidelines. That could have been very dangerous. Does he see Carissa making a run for it? No, he doesn't. And now his position has been compromised. Probably gonna have to pull up on him as well. Close down that space. Trilla's on the other side is a 3 versus 4. If Trilla can get the angles right, this could be something special. This could be a game changer. And Tariq Clutch is in the chat. Big shout out to Tariq. Tariq, let's get your predictions. Ooh, what a grenade that was from Demolish, and he absolutely demolishes Trilla with that grenade. I had no idea that that one was going to connect, but it does, and now it gives them an opportunity to break the sequence and add a little bit more. And here they come again. Floki trying to get his teammate up. Shady has to provide that little cover and suppressive fire to keep the rest of the guys from MTF for breaking down this little defense that they've got going on here. But no chance for Floki. He goes down as well. And it is going to be MTF reducing the space. Trilla gets caught, dropped, flushed immediately as well. No chance. Demolish is absolutely on a tear and on a roll here, and Shady now has to trade off. Shady gets the first knock onto Demolish, tries to phase off onto the right hand side, but no chance. Tries to go for the second, but no dice. Swept away, and that will be the end of the road. We'll go back into the lobby. That is how you make something happen. A good turnout, a very, very major turnout that we've seen here from the team so far. Playzone has shifted over to that western side. Gatka very, very much in play here. Still got a bunch of teams that haven't made their way into the zone. It's going to be very interesting to see how they make their way across without getting caught. And that is where the key is. That's where it's very, very vital for them. They do not manage to do a little bit better than what they've done so far. This could be a cause for concern for them. They will probably try to exhibit just a little bit more than what they've done so far. It's not the worst part. Very ideal for them. You can see the team 5 is just sitting quite nicely in the center of all of the action. Not necessarily the best way to kick things off, but it's very effective when it works out. On the northern side though, we've got team 12 MDR. Nobody has secured the first elimination for the team. They are trying to make their advance in phase 2 of the circle, trying to get it into a better position as the zone starts to close out. It starts to add a little bit more spice to force the teams into a little bit more of an open space here. We've seen them try this before. It's not the worst thing that they have tried, but it is a little bit more than what they have seen. Playzone is not outrightly the most favorable, but it is the most efficient for them if they can get away over to the other side. Probably going to have to try and play through Everest, as the airdrops is just outside of the play zone, so it's going to be very proactive for some of these teams, the way they have managed to keep a little bit more of a low profile as they have been advancing their positions here. Play zone is on. Play zone is fast. It's trying to draw a little bit more proactivity in what we've seen so far here. The kill from MDR has been a regular, has been adding more and more into his game. We've seen so far he has been quite impressive going into the sequences of these weekly games, but looks like there's still a little bit more left to be desired there, the southwestern side. Elroy, they've got a little bit of the zone to work with here, but it has shifted away. Now while we are in phase 3, just a couple of seconds before we move into the next phase of the zone yet again. There is no rest, there is only consistent movement, and Team 17 are going to be looking for a way around. Good drifting position there for Elroy as he tries to add just a little bit more to the sequence there. Reduce the gates, reduce the chances, reduce the opportunities as well, but could be more where that came from. Lawless gets caught as he tries to make a dash for it into a better position in the zone. We're down to 16 teams now, 51 players alive. There is a little bit of uncertainty in the next phase of the zone and what is going to be ideal, but right now Dark Panda for Team 19 is the only one that has secured 4 eliminations for them. Can he keep them going even further? As they are sitting on top of the hillside there, they do have a sight line on the rest of the teams making their own rotations one after the other. And they are going to be closing out just a little bit more there to keep things out, to keep things fresh. But we will see if there will be more to be done here. Good chance, good position either ways. Just launch one over the top there, but can't seem to find an entry. All he's looking for is one knock, and they will stretch further. They will descend on them. They might be looking for that entry. They're looking for an angle here. All they need is one. Toxic and the rest of his team, we saw them move earlier on and get themselves into a nice little central position, but now this position is under siege from Team 12 and a bunch of other teams in the surrounding area, all of them trying to get a peek, get a look-see into this position and take it away from them, but they're sitting quite nicely. Can't give away anything to any of these teams. Dark Panda getting caught there by Yen from Team Pride. Team Pride on the front lines here as they're sitting back into that space. Skill now spins around the corner. They're almost getting pulled out of his vehicle, and he is going to be the last one left, but that's going to be the end of the road and the end of the stop. One touch is all he's going to take, and he will be touched one time by nobody. MDR getting the other one done and adding another one, as 144 did peek out earlier on. He gets dropped away as well. A little bit more chaotic than he would have liked, but he does get picked up. Chance there. Team Pride, TK got Yen and H in the mix there as well. Bankai and TK just holding it in. H getting picked up. He has been picked up. 9 eliminations between the two of them. They are looking to get another one, another dub on the mix there, but the play zone has shifted. It is phase 4. They're advancing again. York dropped 44. Oh, what a grenade from H. And that opening that they have been looking for, they have found it. Bankai now pressing forward. He's got the MK14. Doesn't miss any duels. Yen leading the charge. 10 eliminations now. He gets the angle, and that is a job well done. A clean sweep with a two-man step. The Dragon out the box. 12 eliminations. And Team 10 are cruising through. Playzone is hard on their heels though. Carissa getting caught by Allen. Molotov launched, and it does connect as well. So to that northwestern position, there's a whole lot of teams also trying to get an angle there to sweep right through, but no dice for them. Hillside is good. Immortal is trying to hold it in by himself there, but he does have his teammate guards just hanging around a little bit closer to the edge of the circle than they would like, but they are playing as a duo. Tariq, their teammate, currently AFK, and not the best time to be AFK. There's never a good time to be AFK, but sometimes are worse than others, as MTF is in the mix as well. They are trying to get their numbers back up. Shelby managed to get his HP back up as well. They've lost Carissa and Demolish as well earlier on, and Azrael and Shelby are going to be the last two left, and they will try to keep this in and keep this going. There's a little bit more than they would have foreseen, but they do have a compound, they do have a building to play around. It will give them at least a little bit of a breather, and where they will decide to play in going into the next phase of the zone, as it's closing out in just a couple of moments. 60 seconds on the clock before it gives us our next phase, our next place, our next home for the zone. And H goes down. Not what he was expecting, but it is what is happening. Here to kill MDR, playing as 4 as well. And right now at this stage, this is the best time to play as 4. And now Team Pride, Team 10, not the best drop that they've seen so far, but Wheezy, beautiful drop shot, but Wheezy had no idea that the ops were in the vicinity. They get him dropped away. TK to the rescue, gets the drop as well. Sura, AFK, no chance. It is only Zoro that is in the vicinity, but no chance for him as well, as Team 10 will be getting their numbers back up. H gets picked up into the angles now. Jump shot is good. Zoro's already pulling up into the V, looking for a space inside, but he's blinding lights. It's everywhere is white. The smoke's working in tandem, shielding his vision. He can't find a way around. He pops through, but this time he does connect. TK, the victim, he spotted, dropped away as well, and now he's trying to spot through a play off the right hand side. He's trying to get an angle there, facing through. H finds to pin him up, goes up the staircase, and Zoro's had to chase him down with the DBS, but can't seem to find a way around. Molotov launched over the top, right into the corner there to force H into the corner as well, and now it's an open space. Pops through, first shotgun shells, but no dice for him, as Wheezy and the angles there, no dice, he goes down as well. Wheezy still low on HP, and Team 11 are somehow crumbling against Team 10. Zoro's trying to get his numbers up, but Pride knows that this might be the opportunity. This might be a chance for him to close this down, but he can't seem to find an angle just right. Dagger continues to cause problems for him, tries to phase him through, but no chance for him. H fees into the corner, gets him dropped. Wheezy still at low HP. Wheezy spinning around the corner, but he can't seem to find a way around. H goes back up the stairs. He's ringing around the Rosie, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, but they can't seem to find the angle that he's holding on to. They're trying to pop a grenade or a smoke or something, but he pops out again. Peekaboo, but they can't see him. Sura, the last one left. H peeks up, goes up the stairs. H again tries the right hand side, but Sura is under so much pressure, can't seem to get his feet under him, and Pride continues. H continues, he gets the angle. H! Pride will not go before a fall this time. 12 eliminations. H, Triple H on the mic, and he packs them into the lobby. No dice, no chance. They absolutely had no idea to deal with him, but he dealt with them immediately. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you keep it cool under pressure. Pride, not today, not this time. What an amazing performance from this character, putting in a shift. 16 eliminations, 12 from him, and now he continues, because the ops did not stop. They just pulled up, grenade over the other side. He hears them, but he can't see them just yet, but he gets the idea, tries to spin around the corner. And that is how a job is done. And that is how you make a sequence. Does have a little bit of his own to play with here as well, but no dice for him. But a whole lot of utilities to work with here. All he has to do now is pick them up one after the other. That is all he has to do. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get any better than this. But now he has taken to the rooftops. Good idea, high risk. But is the reward going to be high enough? He might be exposed here if he's not careful. He spots one. Oh, what a spray! Straight headshots only. Have to be very careful there. He trades off Captain. Spots him inside as well. Spots him inside again. Spray is good. Left angle. Right angle now. One shot. Taps. Over to the other side. Goes for the flush immediately. Fauzi goes down. He packs him away. 13 eliminations. We saw these guys do a big bomber last week. Can they do another? Captain's been spotted. He takes a hit and he goes down as well. Pride. And they can feel it now. H is going for it. He's not stopping. MDR is in the back seat as well. They're waiting for this to get wrapped up. But it's 18 eliminations and 14 for H. And he's not stopping now. He is absolutely not stopping now. Who is this guy? And now there is more to be done. There is a lot of ground to be covered. But ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get any better than this. And now there is more to be done, more to be seen. A little bit of a change in transgressions there, but he has found a way. I mean, he has cleared a path for himself into the next phase of the zone, so his rotation is not even too far-fetched for him. Already making a play for it. I believe he sees the opposition and the areas they're in, and they have started taking shots to his general position. Elroy gets caught out as well. End of the road for him. And H gets an angle there. Good spray. Gets caught again. Centaur peeks out. And that will be the end of the road. That is the danger of spraying at that distance. He gets caught. And that will be the end of the road for him. But what a performance he has put down. As he wraps that one up. Azrael now. MTF. It is all theirs to win if they can deal with team number 13. Because right now they've got 7 WBK. Or rather CR7. I'll just call him CR7. They've got CR7 with 8 eliminations. Also putting on an amazing performance as well. He has set his sights down to the guys from Team 7. He sees them, he locks eyes with them, and now he's trying to pack them up and close this down. Now there is a little bit of a tantalizing position that has been provided here. Azrael is going to keep it on, keep it up nonetheless. And they are locking it down, they are locking it up. The terrain and the sea line positions are not the most ideal here, but again, it favors MDR just a little bit more. Nobody. Sideline is good against MTF. He's spotted Azrael there. I think he's going to force them to have to go the other route. They're caught within a rock and a very hard place. Another play zone is going to favor them. Doesn't look like it will, though. It shifts away. And now Team 13, this might be theirs to take. They are the only team inside of the zone now. And they are about to be blessed with something special. They are about to be absolutely blessed. And this is where you get the job done. This is how you do it. This is where you close down the opposition. We're down to just the three teams. Surely they've spotted here to kill. MD already making a play for it, but can they protect him? He does have a little bit of a dip to play outside with, but they've spotted them over to the other side now. High ground position is favorable, but here to kill already made a dash for it on the other side as CR7 continues to apply pressure to the rest of the other guys from MTF. Gets caught on the other side as well. Here to kill, also playing it closer. Angos getting spotted out. He's taking hits. Nobody as well. They're called out in a 2-2 split, trying to force the issue, but they do not have extra numbers. It's a balanced sequel. It's a 4 versus 4, but they've got the angles into the play zone now. It is the next zone that is going to be the most treacherous. As Azrael has been knocked away, doesn't look like much for him. Doesn't look like he will be getting picked up. Shelby has made a dash for it, just a little bit closer into the zone. He's found a space, but he's outnumbered onto that southwestern side. Probably going to have to get caught out as well and be forced into the opposition any moment from now. Shelby will make that advance and he will get caught. He has been caught, but he trades one off. Nobody had no idea. He gets knocked away as well. MDR in a little bit of spec and trouble here as he takes a hit. Immediately CR7 capitalizes on that one, gets the job done, and now Azrael over to the high ground position. Can he spot him? Can he peek? It is going to be a dangerous play there if he peeks out. Gets a spray into the corner. It takes another one and another spray. A couple shots there. Doesn't connect to the head just yet, but it's a little bit of a warning. Shelby goes down finally, succumbs to his injuries, and he gets swept away to the side. Azrael is in the blue. Does he deny the points? I think that will be the safest choice. He does get a little bit of HP upon him as well, but he takes a hit, and he knows that will be the end of the road, but it's here to kill. That takes him away. And now we're down to 10. We're down to 2 teams. 10 eliminations now for Team 13. They're up against Team 12. Here to kill. Also did try to phase one off over to the side there. Gets this job done. But he tries to close out the final steps, the final shots, the final chance. And now there will be time for a reckoning. You are looking for the space. AEG flies out in space. It's Young Blood that gets the opening knock. And it's Maestro that goes down. And now would be the time for them to capitalize. They do not have the play zone. They need to advance. Oh, that's a beautiful grenade. And it wraps it up immediately. Maestro goes down and another one bites the dust. And now Team 13 have no chance. No opportunities over to the other stretch. And now they're circling back. It's Centaur. He's getting knocked away as well. CR7, the MVP for this team. Can he turn something around? Centaur still knocked away. An opportunity for them to press forward now. CR7. Grenade, oh, there's a big spray over to nobody. He gets a goal and he gets flushed as well. Over to the other side now. Angus tries to peek. Angus gets knocked away. 1 HP. Tries to phase over to the right hand side. CR7, can he clutch? Is he about to make it happen? Goes for the second, but going for the third. And now here to kill. And Young Blood trying to phase him out into the corner, but he can't seem to find a way through. No chance for him as he does get wrapped away. But that was dangerously close, but dangerously effective as well. And that is a job well done. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how you make it happen. My goodness, what a finish. MDR doing exactly as they were expecting. What a finish. What a performance from MDR. My goodness. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we love to see. We love to see those. We love to see top players. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. It is the Africa Weekly Matches, and we got our first team to win the first game. I believe they got about 8 eliminations, and they chickened in at 18 points to the good. Not a bad start, right? So Konga also going down there to a Tommy gun, my favorite SMG. And that's something that you would not expect too much of. Ooh, Dark Panda. Quite surprised that he goes down here, but it's still part of, getting caught where you are trying to make a move, though. It's something that we've seen before, and now teams are going to have to try to deal with what they've got. Ooh, Lawless making a play for it. You'll have a gun. He does. Is he going to bait Lawless to get a little closer to him? Or can he try to get his teammate up first? Terror's also on the right hand side though. Ooh, Lawless actually takes a hit. He goes down by Glitchlight. And now an opportunity for him to advance his position as well. Oh, he allowed that one to get torn out into his corner. And MTU gets caught. Does get him knocked away though, and that's the end of the road for them. Very, very, very awkward position. Is Terra gonna pick Lawless up, or would they apply some pressure? I think this is a smarter choice to make sure this guy is no longer a threat. They have to press forward on his angles there. I think they do find a way to circle back, but Skillo are now trying to get an angle there over to that corner, get a couple shots there. They had no idea, but fortunately for him, his teammate was right there at Tassa, packing him in. And that will allow Team 22 to reset quite nicely. We're down to 80 players. Nikki gets caught as well. There's a whole lot happening just outside of Puerto Paricio there. And a little bit of time, a little bit of effort in tandem with how these teams have been playing so far. Ooh, he spots him, and he does get a drop on him. Warlord had no idea, but he gets caught there. I'm pretty sure he thought he was going to get indoors, but no chance for him. That is one for the books. Warlord tried to escape, but he was never making it out. He was absolutely never making it out from that position, man. Play zone is hot on its heels. It looks like a lot of action is happening in Monte Nuevo as well. Team 4, they've lost everyone except Zix. Can he do something for them? Can he at least, get something in the bag? Well, he does manage to get one zombie. No idea of his wherewithal there. Ooh, that's good. That was a very tight angle, but he does manage it. A little bit of a warning next time for him, but very, very ideal with the way he has been able to keep this on. Ooh, well, Yen tossing a grenade on himself And getting absolutely cooked is not what I saw on my bingo card, but it looks like things got a little bit too flashy on him there. Who is he is going to be the one pulling up to the scene here. He has been spotted, but he makes it out of dodge just in time here. And I believe that is Tensky that got knocked away. Yeah, it is Tensky. And who is he is still in the vicinity though. H, the MVP from the previous game, is he close by? Doesn't look like he's close by. So it's all left to who is he here. Can he apply some more pressure? He can, as Tensky does get knocked and flushed. But now can he apply some more of that pressure? Oh, that's a beautiful spray. Very beautiful spray there. That could be an opening for something there. He knows that he got a couple shots laid off. He had to be very careful there. Dark had to be very careful with that one. They are taking a shot for shot. It's 10 for 10. Oh, right over the top. And now he's going to press forward for sure. He is going to wrap this up. Is he going to go for the 1v3? Who is he? Well, we're about to find out who he is, and he might be him. He goes for the first flush. Dark goes down. Launches a grenade over to the right-hand side there. H is already making a play for it, advancing his position, and H has pulled up into the scene here. Now things are about to go from bad to worse for Try Me. They're about to try him. They're about to find out the hard way. Lowe's goes down. Now it's a confirmed 2 versus 1. And things are about to get very, very industrial very, very quickly. Can they find the space in the 2v1? Trami's outside. Oh, beautiful shot from H. But who is he? Actually had him lined up in there though. Gets the drop on him as well. And does the job to perfection. 2v1, they come out on top as the play zone just comes to its first shift. Looks like something is also brewing in the power grid, as Orion is going to be whipping excursion here. Has a sideline to the corner as well. Trying to take a couple shots through. What? Oh, beautiful. But yeah, man, I mean, I could see the vision, but he just didn't light it up properly, man. I could see the vision, but unfortunately the pressure was not favorable, and he sets his team ablaze. He puts them back into the lobby. Unfortunate scenes, very unfortunate scenes, but the pressure is all that you have at this stage. It is all that you have. Zix is actually still causing problems. Apologies, technical difficulties, but we are back with the show. And now we are down to 16 teams. 46 players alive. And team 3. It looks like they are about to close this down just a little bit harder here. It looks like it could be mounting though, but it's nothing we haven't seen before, right? Ooh. Well, a couple more sprays there, and that will give us the answer that we have been asking for. Shots and a couple more ideas, but they might be able to lock things down. They are looking quite ideal with the way they have been on the horizon there. So Yo-Yo just up ahead, all by his lonesome. His teammate not too far away, but hopefully I'm pretty sure he hopes that they do not slam into him, but I think that's going to happen here. If he can get the spray right, he might be able to do something with it. He does get the first one right, and now Pinocchio gets flushed away. End of the road for him, but trade-off his goods use actually gets him knocked down. Zoro now too far out to cause any problems. Couldn't be of much help to his teammate there. Yeah, that is a very high wall. There's no way you jump those. You should know better. Well, Team 12 is in the mix here. MDR, fresh off that chicken dinner that he just got. Can they replicate? As Pride continuously cause problems there. Hamzu, the next victim for them. They are quite sitting quite nicely in that northern side. But nothing untoward. Nothing that we've not seen before. Vehicle gets racked up. We are seeing a two-man step of Who Is He and H. 8 eliminations between them. Now there is trying to lock things down. A bit of an interesting dynamic here for Pride. Oh, well, he's got the P90, so that has never stopped him before. A little bit of a peek into the shot there. Beast takes a trade-off, and he takes a hit. And they are going to be pressing forward now. Trying to get an angle on him, but no dice. Reset gets reset immediately there. And the pressure does not stop. H is already charging the next grenade for the next opposition. Ooh, very close. Very, very close there. As he may almost bit off a little bit more than he can chew, but that did not stop the party. Not even in the slightest. Now there is going to be a little bit of a dilemma as H gets knocked away, but Who Is He is equal to the task there. Oh, he had no idea Lazaro was going to be pulling up to the mix there with a DBS nonetheless, but he shuts it down immediately as well. Should have popped open that smoke grenade. I think it would have given him a little bit of respite, but it's always in hindsight when you see stuff like that. We're down to 9 teams though, 26 players alive, and Dagger is going to be putting a little bit of his best foot forward as he tries to close the gap there. We'll have to be very careful with our exchange. Almost getting something. And there is a little bit of a code out, but that is going to have to press it forward again. But it's something we've seen nonetheless. It's been absolutely incredible the way MDR have still managed to hold the zone together, seeing that they have been stretched very, very thin, especially from the western side. But I would love to see if they can be consistent with it though. They're trying to keep their numbers up. This is a team that loves to play with numbers, and I can't blame them because it's very ideal, especially in a lobby as tough as this that has a lot of bodies in it. And now we're down to 22 players. 8 teams very much in the mix here. Here to kill with a couple shots. Not the worst one we've seen. Nothing worse for wear there, but it's very, very authoritative the way he has tried to design those shots over to the other side. They've only got 2 eliminations though, but they are trying to go for a back-to-back chicken. Then our best result they could get here. And they are in a good spot playing off on that western side, but the next play zone is going to be very indicative of what is going to be the next phase of play. As Toxic and 144 are going to have to lock themselves in here. Demolish is in the vicinity somewhere, lurking around. Not too far-fetched for Team 7. Demolish is still looking good as Carissa and Azrael are the only ones alive that have secured eliminations. Shelby was swept up earlier on, and MDR still very much in the distance. Exorcist is trying to make a dash around. Demolish has been knocked away. You know, it's always going to be a breather when you have your Overwatch getting knocked away. I think he keeps teams scrambling, trying to get that player up because of how important he is. But it looks like that team number 5 will use that opportunity to reset themselves. This is very dangerous as they fall into a valid position. That is a dangerous player, and I'm pretty sure Carissa is aware of that. Immediately takes the first shot. Toxic, no chance for him. Carissa continues to batter them down, immediately pouncing on the opportunity, and that is something you have to respect. Saw the vehicle sideways, immediately presses the advantage, and now the mini goes up, and I get a sideline onto that hillside. Probably gonna have to take a couple shots as well. With the other side, Terra has to be very careful there, almost getting swept away. Lawless as well, 2 of them in clear sight onto Carissa's position. Lawless has to be very careful there though. They do have a little bit of the zone to work with, so they're not under any immediate pressure to reposition or relocate from this particular area. But again, it is going to ask them a lot of questions as to what they would endure, to what they would expect. A bit of thought process for Lawless here, but One thing we haven't seen him do before, as a Carissa, unfortunately, no dice for him as he went back into the lobby. Toxic may have been discovered. Azrael will prioritize repositioning into the zone. Instead, Toxic takes a hit to the blue end of the road. And now we're down to 6 teams, 14 players alive. Azrael is going to press a little bit forward, trying to improve their position, as they don't have to travel too far to get into the next phase of the zone, but they will have to do a little bit of traveling just to get into the best positions. Well, that was a very interesting dynamic. Couple of shots to follow through. Demolish has got the P90 though, so it is going to put things into a very interesting perspective. Switches immediately to the Scar L, packs that one in. Terror has been terrorized back into the lobby by Demolish. MTF, they're cruising, trying to improve their position, slowly but surely creeping into the zone here, but there's not that much time as they advance their position. Angus, next one to go down. MDR in trouble. They have a player that's been knocked away there, but he will be getting picked up. Good use of the smokes, good use of the utilities. MTF continue to press forward. Surely they spot him in that exchange. Where are his teammates though? I would expect they would provide at least a little bit of cover, but he makes a mad dash for it as well. Sprays over to the top side, but unfortunately the angles are too steep. He gets caught, and that's the end of the road. And now MDR, they will not be able to get a back-to-back chicken dinner, but Azrael will have something on his sleeve as well. They want him, and they want to close this down. Demolish is a 2v4. Yeah, it is a 2v4. Lewis already pressing forward, pops the smoke, pops the grenades, pops everything over to the other side. They know they have the numbers advantage. But MTF, they have to be careful though. They do have a little bit of a better position when it comes to the terrain here. If they can circle around and utilize the angles, they might cause an upset. They could cause some problems. Azrael is already making a dash for it. Demolish immediately with that P90 gets the first drop, and that is exactly what I spoke about. Azrael gets the left-hand side, gets the drop, but no dice for him. He is on the lower floor, and he doesn't get the job done. Not the way he was expecting. But that was a perfect close to the game there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make it happen. That is how you get the job done. What a finish. Woo. Well. What a performance that was, don't you think? Well, Team 11 walking away with that chicken dinner. 15 eliminations. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. 3 games, 3 amazing matches for you, and this is going to be match number 3. Rondo is where the action is at, and I know that you're all vying to get a little bit more, to just get a little bit more where that came from. I know you guys are excited. Now we're about to see who comes out on top in Rondo. Quite a nice circle. Ooh, Mojo Jojo getting a little bit of action there. Looks like Yulin, or south of Yulin, is where it's happening. Well, Fayaz is not going to like the sound of that one, as he also will be sent back into lobby. Lo Yujing is where the action is also popping, just over to that eastern side. A whole lot of teams are inside test track though. Is there something here that they're all looking for? Because I would like to know as well. Which is a little bit of a warning shot. Well, Black Storm, good shout from him though. He's been looking pretty decent. Ooh, looks like Raza is going to be caught out there on the southeastern side again. They will try to hold this down, but Box, the GOAT, is going to get his teammate back up. Lambs picked back up again. Raza still knocked away. Yen is lurking. This is the one player you do not want lurking. A little bit of Warning. As he's trying to get an angle there. Ooh! Oh, that could have been something special, but immediately Bucks had him dialed in. And that will be the end of the road for him. H, it looks like he might be AFK there. Warlord. Intensky. Looks like they've been sent back as well. It is going to be phase 1 of the circle getting closed out. Dagger trying to close the gap as well on him. Well, Danger feeling a little bit dangerous, as he's going to be knocked back a few pegs there. Well, Zoro's AFK as well. Serrano chance for him. Plays on moves over to the northern side. They are trying to level up their positions there. Doesn't look like much is going on, but it's all about getting into the right space at the right time. And everyone is already on the move here, trying to find somewhere to call home in the next phase of the zone there, but we are looking out. See if there would be a chance. Well, Demolish had no idea that that was coming, I'm pretty sure, as he peeked. Well, Demolish is trying to find a way around, though. It's going to be a very interesting rotation, trying to put himself into a nice spot for MTF again. 19 teams alive, 65 players in the cut. It is a lot to ask for. The play zone is not the most favorable right now. Terrell's trying to pack things up just a little bit more there, but I have a sideline as to how they are trying to keep something in, but Terrell unfortunately does get knocked away here. It's not something he was expecting, but it's something that has happened. Fortunately for him, the smokes come out to play. Ooh, that's a nice drop. As well, Terror is trying his absolute best to make something happen here, but he has been persistently fighting on all four fronts. We are in phase 4 of the circle now. And now the play zone is going to give us a very, very interesting definitive position going into the final phases. And we are down to 16 teams. The recalls are the last legs. Any recall that you have not made up until now, it is going to be GG's. A little bit of a cause and command here, but it's been a good shout for Team 1. 10 eliminations to the good. That is a little bit of a cause for concern here either ways, but we are going to see if they will manage to hold it on just a little bit longer. They do have a very, very nice position in the zone on that western side. MTF, on the other hand, they are capitalizing on this hillside. They're trying to take it for themselves, and they are up 7 eliminations, trying to set their sights down over to the rest of those other teams, trying to make their way up. But it is not looking very possible. I can see the vehicles and the way they are parked up over to that high ground position again. It could be a little bit of a call. Allen gets caught out, gets dropped away as well. And that's going to be the end of the road for him, as he is going to be sent back into the lobby. Demolish is trying to hold it in, hold it down. And he does get the first drop. Fizz Boy, not too lucky for him. His teammates, Poison, tries to peek and takes a hit immediately. And MTF are going to press forward. Shelby goes for the second and immediately goes for the flush. MTF now pressing forward. They got Dagger on the other side. Dagger peeks up immediately, gets the opposition getting dropped away. Shelby not too favorable. Demolish and Azrael as well left to them now. Can they get their teammates up? Team 7 under siege. Tries to peek through. Poison not too lucky. He gets cut away as well. Snapping at the hips. And Team 7, they can reset, but they've got 2 players knocked away. Azrael not too lucky. He gets flushed as well. And now things are looking bad towards. Dagger continues to be a thorn in their side, but he doesn't have the play zone. He has to advance his position and get into a better spot. But now this is the sign for him as he's trying to spin around the corners there. We are in phase 5 of the circle. 20 seconds until it starts to move around. Daggerdick again trying to keep a little bit of a consequential play. He's in a little bit of a tight spot though, but he could make something out for it. If he can see this one through, he might be able to lock it in. But he's in a very, very precarious position. He's got ops behind him, ops ahead. He has to make sure he deals with MTF. He has to make sure that they do not make a way across here. Dagger. Sightline for him is good though. Team 1 still very strong on the other side. Demolish has been the one causing a little bit of commotion, as we can well see. He has got 6 eliminations to his name. Doesn't look like he's going to be stopping yet. He's moving forward as well. I think they're advancing towards Dagger's position. They have to be very careful. Here they come. They pull up. But he doesn't commit. Well, they are going to play it a little bit closer onto the other side. Dagger spots them. Does he engage? He doesn't. And I believe they are searching for him. All they have to do is make one mistake here and he might make them suffer for it. But looks like they didn't find him. They will instead choose to go into the next phase of the zone, but they are making sure that you cannot allow any opposition to live behind you. Ooh, well, Youngblood is not stopping. I mean, I have to respect the guys from MDR though. They have been playing a magnificent team game, always trying to keep their numbers up. MTF are now trying to hold it down over to that northern side, trying to keep the guys from Team 23 from advancing their position. Nikki does get knocked in that regard though, and that puts things into a very precarious predicament for them though. Team number 7 still continuously causing chaos, causing mayhem, and now they are trying to lock it in. Blackstorm not gonna be so lucky. Finally Dagger has been spotted. He's taking shots. They trade him off, but end of the road for him. And now he has been discovered and he has been dispatched. 12 eliminations now for team number 7, MTF. They have been close and close and close in all of the games. Could this be the game where they finally cross the line? Could this be the game they finally get the job done? Well, we are about to see if that will be the case. We are about to see if they will beat the case. Sidelines into everything that they have tried to accomplish so far. It's not the worst one in the world, as they are now trying to get themselves into a better position in the next phase of the zone. Demolish already having to pop outside. He spots Pappy. Quick spray. Good spray. Pappy goes down. Courtesy of Shelby. That's a fantastic return on investment there. You can see the smoke path, but there's no opposition. The play zone is hot on their heels. They will have to advance, and they will have to advance fast. But they have given themselves some breathing room, getting the shots over to Team 1. But will they decide to crash the party? Or will they decide to get into a better angled position inside of that zone? They have to make sure that there's no opposition that could cause them any problems here. They set their sights onto Team 23. They see the smoke path, they see the angles, and they might be able to capitalize, but immediately they turn it around, and that is the end of the road for them. They bit off a little bit more than they can chew there. And the side man, Team 23, now is their chance. Can they advance further? The Doritos already in place and in position to give them a little bit of a breathing room and a clear path into the next phase of the zone. MDR trying to play a little bit closer now. Here to kill, get a brick spray right behind that tree. Can it provide the amount of cover they need? They need to get into the next phase of the zone. Raza's making the dash for it. They need smokes. They need everything to get across into the next phase of the zone here, because they cannot allow the likes of Young Blood and nobody to pack them in. And the grenades are about to start flying. Nico goes down to the blue zone. Beautifully launched grenade by Young Blood. Another grenade and another one as well. The bombs keep flying. The bombs keep dropping. And the GOAT is going to be the next one to follow suit. Raza is going to be the one that gets a job well done. If he can circle back, he's still behind in the blue zone, but now he has to spot through. Smoke's already in the vision. Grenades getting charged up by Young Blood. Launches one over to the other side there. Raza now switches lanes, switches positions. He spotted end of the road for him as well, courtesy of nobody. MDR already got a chicken dinner earlier on. Can they get another one? Can they get another one? Here to kill. And the rest of the team, they found themselves into a nice spot, a little bit of a nice hold, a little bit of a nice place to call home. All they have to do is stand on business here and the job will be done. They also have to make sure that they do not lose out on all of their plans. So Mizzo's trying to set quite nicely. 16 eliminations, 15 for Mizzo. I was not familiar with your game, not even in the slightest. What is this guy cooking? What is he cooking, chat? Wow. Well, nobody from MDR. Has to be very careful. There's ops inside of here. There's ops in here. Does he know? He doesn't know. Oh, and they sandwich him quite nicely there. They pack him in. And now their position has been compromised. MDR lose another player there. Unbeknownst to them, they were just chilling. Oh, big sprays coming through. Here to kill. Getting dropped out of his vehicle there by Mizzo. Big MVP player right now for match number 3. And Youngblood has to be very careful. Grenade is launched over in his general direction. Has to be careful. That one does connect. And they will launch another one forward again. You know he's there. They know the angle is there. Here the kill goes down. 17 eliminations now. 16 for Mizzo. Sub-Zero is in the background just cheering him on. And we are down to 4 teams. Six players alive. A little bit of a thought here, but I mean, Miso is in control of the zone. He has everything to work with. You know, the only person that could cause problems for him is potentially Knight from Team 1, but the next zone is probably not going to allow Knight to be that much of a threat. You know, he has to move a couple of meters, but I think once he makes this dash, he will be spotted by Mizzo. So Mizzo is in a perfect position. He has his sideline on every single body here. Pretty sure he knows that Knight is in that area. You can see him just hopping around, gathering the intel. The play zone does not favor MDR. It doesn't favor anyone except Mizzo, really. So he is in control here. The only thing that could happen differently is maybe someone takes charge and he loses focus, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case though. It looks very much like he is in charge here, and he is going to make quick work of every single thing. Knight looks like he wants this. He looks like he wants to shut this down. Mizo spots him immediately, and he wraps that one up. 17 eliminations. Potential here for 19, and even potential for 20. If he plays his cards right. We already had an 8, I believe 18, right? Or no, we had, I think, 14 eliminations. So he has surpassed the MVP that's set up today. Zwaga, team number 4, trying to make their way through. I think he has spotted one of them there. Can they take a little bit of a dash? No chance. It did not work the way he was expecting. Doritos out in the corner there. He takes another shot, and that is a job well done. Mizo is up 20 eliminations now. Youngblood is going to press forward. And in all of this that's going on, Sub-Zero, can he get at least one elimination? Doesn't look like he can. He might be getting dropped away there. Opportunity, though, for Youngblood to advance his position. Can he press forward? He gets an angle, and he gets into the zone perfectly, giving himself an opportunity here to turn this around. But can he make something happen? 1 versus 2. Mizo might decide to launch grenades here, but he's out of them. No utilities his way. But he knows exactly where Youngblood is. Can he spin around the block? Can he get an angle there? Pops the first smoke. Pops the first position. Tries to circle it in. And he might be able to see this one around. Might be able to see this one through. If he can do it, he can dream it. First Dorito to the corner. Youngblood is good. But this could be better. Oh, he catches Mizo. Mizo had no idea. He peeks out. He drops him. And now, is he going to allow for Sub-Zero to get the drop on him? Is he going to allow him to get him picked up? This could be a dangerous play. It looks like it is going to be a dangerous play. Youngblood has to press forward now. Surely he cannot allow him to get his teammate picked up. Oh no, oh no, oh no. He allows him to pick his teammate up and allows the 1v2 to come back into full swing. And that is the mistake he has made here. Peeks into the corner, gets him dropped off, but can he take the 1v1 against Mizo? Mizo now getting caught onto the right angle. This could be a big trouble, big problem here for Mizo. He has been playing absolutely fantastic. Big spray, big into the corner, and that is a job well done. The flash is good, right behind cover, and Mizo gets it done. I don't know how, but that was a battle from Youngblood. He could have taken the game, but he did not. Wow. What, talk about finishing strong. Mizo, 20 eliminations. Incredible. Absolutely incredible performance. Absolutely incredible performance, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you do it. MDR in second place. They tried their absolute best to do something here, but it did not work out the way they wanted. It did not spin out the way they thought. It didn't work the way they were expecting. I mean, you gotta respect it, ladies and gentlemen. MVP is going to be Mizo. 20 eliminations, 2,600 in damage points. You gotta respect the game, man. You got to absolutely respect the game. And take a look at the distance covered between them. 20 eliminations as opposed to 6, 8, 6 over here, 6 over there. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Let's take a look and see if we can get the match rankings out. Well, doesn't look like we can. Right, so that will be it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Same time tomorrow for tomorrow's matches. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay locked in.